let's all calm down. And let's start this Q&A again.
I'm just going to go right to the front row and moderate.
How do you really deal, I mean, space is full in homages too, but you have stories always, like you said. So how do you really deal with making your story? Do you put the story first and then the homages, or are you thinking about the homages first?
Yeah, no, we spaced as you know, I was there as the third writer of Space. Jess and I wrote the scripts, and Edgar directed. We spaced it was never the homages first. It was always the idea of Space was that Tim and Daisy were telling you about their lives as if they were using popular culture as a metaphor. So it was like, oh, we went and did this, and it was like The Matrix, or we did this, and it was like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And so if the story seemed to lend itself towards some kind of metaphorical connection to something in popular culture, then that would evolve. But we'd never go, we really want to do Deer Hunter or something. We just sort of like, we'd come out of the story, basically.
But basically, I mean, this is sort of answers his question as well. With Shaun of the Dead, we wanted to make a film within the Romero universe. And our idea was that we're big zombie fans, we're particularly fans of like George's initial trilogy, because he hadn't made the other ones anyway, so just the first three. And we thought the initial inspiration was, how can we put ourselves into that universe? What would we do in that situation if we were A, without guns, and B, hungover? And that's basically what Shaun of the Dead is, you know. Hot Fuzz is about like the difference between the fantasy of big screen cop action and how ridiculous and far-fetched like Michael Bay action is, and the actuality of being a rural police officer. So in that film we actually reference movies by name because Danny Butterman is a big cop movie fan. But then this one, in a way, it's not dissimilar to how Gary deals with the situation, is actually one of the inspirations for this movie, apart from the pub crawl I had, was that both of us have come from small towns, and we both moved to London, and we both several times gone back. Like Hot Fuzz is shot in my hometown, so I had the experience of going back to my hometown a whole bunch. And a lot of the things that are in the movie are like things that happen, like the thing with the bully not recognizing me, or like the thing of people kind of like blanking you and stuff. And I remember saying to a friend of mine, years before we actually came up as a story idea, I said, wow, every time I go back home it feels like Body Snatchers. You know, and in a way that was me dealing with like a problem in the same way that Gary would rather leap to the most fantastical reason than the more hurtful real reasons. So it's like something like you do two things at once. So it wasn't like we kind of had this pub crawl script and then thought, oh, let's stick some aliens in it. It was actually the amplification of those bittersweet emotions.
Or that we thought, let's make a sci-fi film. We didn't. It was just literally then we were talking about it. It's just, you feel really alienated, don't you? And it's like, that's our little genre this time, you know. So it always comes. Story comes first, always.
There's another little thing that happened in Hot Fuzz that had a bearing on The World's End. Is that when there's that shot of Nicholas Angel riding down the street on the horse, that's my hometown, and it's very pretty and sort of pastoral and rural, except I had to digitally erase a Starbucks from the shot because it didn't look like it belonged in Sanford. And we were sitting there looking at this footage thinking, gotta get rid of that Starbucks.
Would you immediately enhance Shaun of the Dead to get a whole one?
Oh, yeah, the two ways we can deal with that is that we re-release Shaun of the Dead and digitally insert Roger Moore.
Oh, this is about Bond. You just explain it to everybody because they might not.
He said, how can you put James Bond in Shaun of the Dead?
Well, I'm not supposed to say this. This is a bit fucking... Let's just say there might be a James Bond in Shaun of the Dead. This guy.
007.
right here. Licensed to... I thought you were going to say it. The extra O stands for always a bad motherfucker.